Unfortunately, this drone situation is not getting any better. In fact, it's getting much worse. Every day we wake up, a new city, a new state. It seems as if the country has been infested by these things. But even though these drones are starting to spread out far and wide, let's not forget where they started. Because originally, when this news broke, when people started spotting these drones seemed to be really attracted to Trump's Bedminster Golf Club in New Jersey. This was one of the original areas that the drones were showing interest in. Well before we heard about drones in Massachusetts or New York or Connecticut, we were hearing that these things were floating over Trump's golf course, right? Well, today, Trump was questioned about these drones. He spoke out about these drones. And it turns out that he just canceled a trip to the Bedminster Golf Club. Now, a lot of people think that these drones may have something to do with Trump. Like a lot of the theories online about these drones center around Trump. That something with these drones are going to be involved in a plot to try to stop Trump from being president. Or they're going to carry out something crazy on Inauguration Day. And look, all of that is possible. What I think is more likely is that this is a problem that the current administration isn't going to deal with, and they're purposely going to dump it off on Trump. I think that's more likely, but as I keep telling you all, anything is possible. We are not at a point yet in this story where we can rule anything out. So we got to be careful not to. But from what Trump said, and he boldly said it, he says that our government knows what this is. He says that the president knows what this is, and that they just refuse to tell the American public. But you know what? Instead of telling you what Trump said, let's just listen to his words from his own mouth. I don't want to misquote him at all. So let's listen, and then I'll be right back with more thoughts.
Here at home of the drones.
Good to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Can you comment on the drones that are flying around New Jersey ports? It seems like the American people have a big disconnect.
The government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people. And they should, because the people are really, I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster.
Will you shoot them down?
They're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip.
Have you received an intelligence brief?
So obviously we didn't get much more information there, right? And I'm not sure how much information Trump has access to at this point, because you got to remember, he's not president yet. The entire world is already treating Trump as if he's president. It's like everyone's already done with Biden, and I feel like Biden is done as well. So you see all of these world leaders and stuff meeting with Trump. It's like Joe Biden isn't even doing his duties anymore. And even though we didn't get a lot of information here, doesn't this just feel better? Is it just me, or does it feel better that at the very least, here we have our next president actually addressing the situation? Why have we heard from Trump directly multiple times about these drones, but we have yet to hear from Biden directly? Biden is the sitting president. If we're hearing anyone answer questions about these drones, Biden should be doing press conferences. Biden should be addressing the nation about this problem, but he's not. Trump is. And all I'm going to say is, look, you could feel however you want to feel about him. It just feels good to have a real president again. Or at the very least, it feels good to have a president that isn't a Alzheimer's patient, dead man, sleepwalking off stage, who's not even mentally present in the room. You know what I mean? For real, for real. But Trump said straight up that he thinks the government knows, the president knows, they know where they're coming from, whatever. But, I mean, I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that we have the capabilities of finding out where these things are coming from. That was never in question to me. But just because you have the capabilities doesn't mean that those capabilities are being put to use. I tried to explain this to someone I was having a conversation with about these drones a couple of days ago, and I'll try to explain it now. Listen, there's plenty of soldiers in the army who want to shoot these things down. There's soldiers right now on these military bases where these drones are hovering over, and they want to take them down. The problem is there's a chain of command. And if orders aren't given from the top, then they're not going to be able to take these things down. Also, there's a bunch of different laws and protocols, and there's a lot of, I guess you could call them blockades, if you will, that would stop immediate action from being taken. And if we have traitors running this country, you know, we can't expect them to give the orders that should be given. So yeah, I think we have the capabilities of knowing what this stuff is, where it comes from, and the capabilities of stopping it. But we haven't done that yet. And if this is our government, then there's got to be some really shady stuff behind this. For them to go this far, I mean, you got the next president of the United States who's going to be taking over in a couple of weeks. He's addressing the problem now. So the problem has blown up to as big as it can get. You now got the next president talking about it. I really don't feel like we would have allowed this story to get so out of control if we wanted this to be kept a secret. I mean, it's gone off the wall, balls off the wall, out of control now. It's reached the highest levels where you have the leader of the most powerful nation in the world addressing the problem. You don't get higher up than that. So if this is our military and we are doing this or we are doing that, we are really going hard to not tell the truth about what's going on here. And I've already laid out in other videos, you know, the possible psyops that could be happening here. None of that stuff goes over my head. But hey, right now, at the very least, it just feels kind of good that we got the president or the future president actually acknowledging this issue. But you let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.